Africa, the continent itself, has been taken advantage of in a real flamboyant way. Like a lot of these Western countries and other places have gone there and have had their way with the place to the point where people, I've been Gambia 3 times, and you know, you can't judge the whole continent of one place, but you can be sitting down in the airport and the power just cuts out.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? You can be in your place of residence and the power just cuts out. You know, roads and very, very behind. A lot of men are going to be vexed with me, but probably even 100 years behind. You know, that's in my eyes.
Yeah, it is.
Probably even 100 years. And I look around and I'm like, a lot of Africa has been drained of resource. Drained. People have just gone there and just drained it. And there are some leaders who are spineless, who have done nothing but facilitate the Westerners to come in to the point where, yeah, you know, tourism really bothers me. It bothers me it bothers me a lot. And what I mean by tourism, people, let me get this thing clear. I'm not talking about a young man who's young and fit and healthy and well taken care of and goes over there to look for a partner. Not you, or even a man who's on holiday and falls into a romance that, whatever the case may be, not you. I'm talking about a man, big belly, old. He ain't got much choice here, you know, so he goes over there and takes advantage of their situation there.
Yes.
This is something that I've seen men, old, flabby, sick, you know, who here they couldn't draw nothing here, even if they paid.
Come on.
But over there, they're with young, fresh girls taking advantage. A lot of young Africans, they're fed up of the continent being taken advantage of. So when Ibrahim started to rise up, and when you listen to a lot of his speeches and his talks, because he speaks French, but there's a lot of AI that converts them.
Yeah.
My man say no more. And he's thinking very strategic, and he's doing things, he's put things in place to say, yo, you man ain't doing this no more. And what it's doing, people, is it's creating a unity and a strength. Yeah. And there's people who are looking, the younger Africans, yeah, they're not having it, you know. They're not having it the same way the elders did. A lot of them now are saying, nah, things have to change. We should be able to do what we need to do here.
Yes.
That's the most blessed piece of land on planet Earth.
Come on.
You can dig into the ground and find gold.
All kind of something.
All kind of things. That's just one example. Mm-hmm. So Ibrahim represents, yeah, where everyone, think about it now, he represents a say no attitude. He represents a mindset that they don't want to rise up. So you see what they're doing now? They got to change the narrative. Mm-hmm. See what happened with Gaddafi?
Yep.
Any man who goes against the grain, the media paint him as this terrible person who's this, that, and the third. Listen, they don't want my man to rise. They don't want him waking up the hearts and minds of the Africans. The man even said, Caribbean ancestry. Big up that brother who said stop using it, but you know what I mean. The FBA guys, he said, yo, you man don't even need a visa. You don't even need a visa from you got African descent.
Come on.
Come true.
And Mark, listen.
Talk to me, Noble. Come true.
And listen, this should be a note to all of the African leaders, because look, we're a family, boss, with those multiple different tribes. Unfortunately and fortunately, we've got different flipping. We're spread everywhere, boss. But we should be able to come to any part and be welcomed by our long-lost cousins and brethren and all them thing there. You know what I mean? The colonial mindsets that was installed, and that chip is being replicated and passed on to all these stupid ass leaders, these presidents, prime ministers, these dictators. It's all about self. I'm for Delph people. What people them? I can't see nobody. Let them eat cake. Yeah?
Facts.
You man are starving. I don't care, boss. I need that another Bentley. That new Bentley's come out, the new model. I need that there. We need to extend this palace wall, and let's build some other stuff. Let's buy some properties in London. The UK is one of the biggest holders of trafficked money. Huh?
See it?
What we talking? What we talking? So we got a shining light. Remember I always say, people, siblings, them, listeners, shining light. Don't talk, just talk the thing. You gotta walk the thing.
Facts.
And this sibling is doing that there. He's walking, he's talking, he's being a shining, bright light to the point where they're sending man over from the military and all that, from the wilderness of North America to start to put in little military this and what we're gonna he's a Marxist? What we talking about? Monsieur is blessed, man. He's trying to free the minds. Look, the mental chains were taken off long time ago, siblings.
Facts.
You don't know the thing. The mental chains still remain.
Physical chains, Noble, were taken off. Mental chains remain.
Yes.
Facts.
Facts. Yes. So we see the ripple effects. We see what's going on in 100 years with all of without Mother Africa, as its the colloquial terminology is, there would be none of this Tesla technology, none of this electric car business. The children,
smartphones,
the cobalt for your pans. Oh, come on, people! The
ivory,
civilized world would not be the place it is now. The silver used for the conduction of electricity, We've got oceans with cables under it, carrying technology. We've got stuff beaming up the mineral ores. Where is this coming from? It's coming from Africa. Yeah. How does Africa look? Most people are so ignorant, especially Americans, my American brethren. They're so damn ignorant. They think they're running around in huts and stuff still. They don't know that they've got massive. Kenya is a beautiful metropolitan city. We've got cities. Nigeria's built up. We've got places everywhere.
Facts, Noble, but it's nowhere near what it should be. If we're really gonna talk real, if we're really gonna go there, people, before we start playing videos, Africa should be what China is right now.
Come on.
China just announced their 10G network. 10G. We're still dealing with 5G. These men have just rolled out or announced, whichever one, the 10G. You know how fast that is? Remember that, yeah, they're dropping that. This is how Africa should be moving, but it ain't. It's not moving like that because everyone just take. The leaders everyone take, even down to the promotion of the continent. Yes, it has changed, but it's nowhere near. Let's keep it real. Afrobeats is not used for the upliftment of Africa. It's not. It's about partying and good times and fun. It's not. This is what the whole debate's been about all these years. It's not used to free it. It's used more to entertain it.
Yeah.
Now, what I'm saying is, Ibrahim represents how man's thinking it. Mm-hmm. Yo, let's build up our own thing. And the journey of 1,000 steps starts with one.
Exactly.
And my man, you see what I go on, and they're gonna strategically make him. Yes, that's the correct word, Noble. Thank you. They're gonna strategically demonize this brother. That's what they're gonna do. They're gonna make it seem like he's the Antichrist or something. Yeah. That's how they sell it. Because look how the brother's strategically thinking. He's linked up with Russia. Now the enemy.
Come on.
Of my enemy is what, Noble? Come on, people. We can break this down. This is the express truth, man. A lot of these men are jumping on microphones, but they have no knowledge.
None.
Like, let's keep it real. This is the express truth. We've been doing this. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Who's he linked up with? And they're seeing that the brother's thinking different now.
Yes.
They're seeing it. Well, you've linked up with that. To where we can tap into resource.
Exactly.
And also there's
exchange.
Yes, exactly.
Come on.
And these are the things that I was thinking about before. Of course, we ain't saying that them men are allies, but they don't them and them don't work together well.
You see.
So you link up with them,
and think about it as well. Let's think about it. Let's look at history. History shows as well. And then people, please correct me if I'm incorrect with this here. But where was Russia's part in this in regards to the drawing of lines on the continent of Africa?
Yeah.
As far as I was aware of, it was, England, France, South Africa. That's Dutch in it. That's Dutch. Like they were carving at Rhodesia.
Yeah, let's keep it real. Let's really talk. They all went there and took a piece, and let's even take it one further than that. They've done the same in the Caribbean. You see what I'm saying? So when men start rising up and talking certain things, and they don't like him, and I knew that it was gonna come. They've only just started because enough men don't realize Gaddafi was trying to change certain things.
He was trying to unify the thing, man.
Facts.
Unify the United States of Africa. Unite the thing, man. One currency. Yeah, you know I mean, he was listen. Listen. I'm far from a proponent of the former Rising Paradise. Shouldn't have went out like that, and I would imagine he's done some crazy things. But from what the green book, I believe it was his manifesto. He was talking about some real proactive. Let's uplift the whole of Africa. Let's not just because I'm at the northern tip and we're lighter up here because of the Arab invasion and all that there. And let's lead the people them on the Horn of Africa and South to do what they're doing. Let's unite this whole thing. We're the powerhouse. We're not acting like it.
He tried to give Farrakhan some money.
He has no. He's given.
Did Farrakhan get it? Because
not the recent, but he's given. He's funded. Listen, he's funded Pure Man's.
But apparently Gaddafi tried to give Farrakhan money that outside of the nation to help their mans, and it got blocked. Like the banks wouldn't accept it or something.
Yeah. I would imagine that.
So just understand, people. Just understand. Zulio, I see you in the chat. What you saying? I'm gonna read these things out. Xavier, big up. I'm gonna read these things out because what everyone's saying is true, but it's all about perspective. What Zulia's saying is true, people, as well. We're gonna get into it, but it's true. There are a few people eating. So when we talk about this, how beautiful these places are, they are, but there's a very small percentage eating, while the rest, the opportunity is small, which is why so many are fleeing to come here. Exactly. Because outside of there's certain men that have got access to the wealth, and they're limiting that, whereas the everyday man can't get to it. And that's the problem with Africa, a lot of corruption. And people might say, oh, well, it's a continent. Yeah, but it's the same story in a lot of the countries.
Yes.
So let's read it. Aisha, big up. As westernized blacks, we were bamboozled. We were told we are lucky to come to the West and be a slave so we wouldn't have to live in a hut in Africa. That's a fact, because you got to think about the promo. I've said this time after time. There was a lot of promo when we was younger. So like, you'll be watching TV and it will go into this advert and it'd have youths with the pot belly, flies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? All of that, to where it was almost a thing that was like hand in hand with being African.
Yes.
And it'd be like, donate bread.
Yes.
Donate
Oxfam.
Oxfam, donate money. What else was there? There was donate
Live
money.
Aid. There was the Live Aid thing.
All of that stuff. And a lot of men started to just think that, why would I go there? Think about it, people. Think about a lot of men, even in the UK. They've never touched the continent, ever. They've never touched the continent or been there, but that's because it's embedded in their mind. I've heard men say to me they wouldn't go there. They wouldn't. And I'm saying, like, it's important. I'm going to say this again. As a black brother, it's important to go into black countries. I'm going to keep it real with you. It's like, because it's almost like, we are almost like, probably not so much anymore, but in my day, definitely. It's like a Jungle Book thing. You know what I mean? Like, you're not with your tribe. Yes, other men are here that are in your space, but you're not with your tribe, innit? It's powerful for a youth to get off a plane. Everyone's
See his
black.
own people. It is.
It's powerful,
It
man.
is.
Like when even the brother who works in B&Q, everyone's black. The doctor surgery, everyone's black. Like there's something about that a youth needs. He needs to see that. He needs to see that, that's certain societies operate that way. Which just you know what I mean? But a lot of man, when they got money, they're holidaying where the lads holiday.
Of course.
They're holidaying with that. You know what I mean? Dubai. That's a hot haven right now. That's the Arab man's thing, but no man's are going back to Africa. I remember being the second time I went to Dubai, there was a big billboard that said buy land in Africa. Buy land in Africa. Just a phone number underneath in Dubai. A big billboard, Noble, buy land in Africa with a phone number underneath.
Proper.
And what I'm saying to you is a lot of men are disconnected, yes, because even a lot of African brothers are disconnected from there. But the reason I'm saying all of that is to say that was done strategically.
Well, exactly. They
You know
missed
what I mean?
the value. The value of where them did there has been sold to us in the form of social media, films, all the rest of it. That going to America or coming to England, that's the be all and end all. We look at it. Okay, well, £1 is 10 million rand, for instance, in Africa. Yeah. With that, I can do a day's worth of shopping with it, and £1 that you can't even buy water over there. I need to go to England.
Yeah,
that's why.
Facts.
I mean, there's multi layers of why the people that are leaving. It's not just war; it's down to economics.
Yeah. Facts. And this is what Ibrahim's trying to say, innit? So they can't afford a man like that. His message to kind of spread, because look at even the videos when you go on YouTube. A lot of the young Africans and that, they're all in favor of this brother. All of them. This ain't happened in a long time. So they have to change the narrative. Mm-hmm. So we go through the chat a bit before we play these videos. Zulia responded to Aisha's comment and said, Africa is a mess. D42 agrees with Aisha. Zulia then said, the level of poverty and dysfunction in Africa, especially Black Africa. Xavier said, even if you look at the tech space in Africa, there are only like 2 Azure data centers in Africa, the same amount in the UK. So cloud infrastructure does not exist in Africa. That's crazy. You might have to put that in layman's terms, Xavier.
I think basically which is crazy.
Because I know you're a tech guy, innit? Yeah.
The data center is obviously where all that physical data, which is just we don't keep on phones and all that kind of stuff, is kept. Now, it's surprising that there's only 2 data centers for the whole of Africa. That's crazy.
Crazy?
That's crazy.
Absolutely crazy. This is what I'm saying. It's horrific. It's bad over. BRICS, Santo, yeah, man's know about BRICS still. Aisha, you have to think, why so many are eager to escape Africa? Nobles just broke that down. Don't forget Gaddafi's plan was backed by his billions of gold. Facts.
And the water. Let's not forget they had a untapped fresh water supply under there.
Africans are trying to leave due to corruption. Facts. Aisha, Zulia. It's more than that. It's more than that. And you take away agency from Africans. Many are dishonest. We can't put that blanket statement, Zulia. Many are dishonest. The cultures are very dog eat dog, combined with xenophobia and religious intolerance, with a lazy work ethic, abs not intelligent. Xavier, South Africa probably has the biggest potential. What's the elephant in the room, Noble? Are you gonna do it? What's the elephant in the room?
What? Are we serious?
What's the elephant in the room there? But let me read the rest of the comment. South Africa probably has the biggest potential out of the African countries. It has everything. The only issue is the crime and corruption. More black folks would live there if it was safe. South Africa, man. There was a time when I literally went into a lot of research about that place. And all I can say, Xavier, everything there is by design.
Everything
Everything there is by design. That's it. The reason them mans are moving like that because they were kind of pushed out of their own thing.
It's not, boss.
Yeah,
They got
over
the
there was
highest
mad.
GDP. They got the highest GDP.
That's
for the
crazy.
whole continent of Africa.
Yeah, and it's developed like over there is crazy. Has anyone ever been there still who's in the chat? Julia, they leave Africa because the people aren't capable of building advanced economies independently. That's due to a lot of the corruption and leaders too.
Yes.
That's the harsh truth. White man built South Africa. Julia, she said it. She's addressed to white man built South Africa. Arab man built North. Both are the richest part. Elephant in the room. Where's the lie? Put feelings aside and face the humbling reality. Africans cannot turn raw materials into high value. They just can't. Don't have the mental ability. Nah, it's not. A lot of things were. I wouldn't
say that.
Nah, yeah, I wouldn't say that, Zulia. A lot of things were railroaded for them, man, as well, because it's like, let me word this properly. Think about Colombia. Man's had growing out the ground, but it was worth nothing there. They had to get it to the States and the West world for it to be worth something. So what I'm getting at is how this world works, people. Yeah, how
supply and demand.
Exactly. And how the minds of the world, the people that control these industries and how their mind works is that gold sits there in Africa. If we can't control it, we're going to make it difficult for them to eat from it.
Yes.
So let me give you an example. Try and buy gold from Africa and bring here. There's bare different legislations and you've got to do it. By the time you look, you're going to be like, yo, this is long. Especially if you're a man who's getting into it. And what you'll find out is when you get into that game, there are gatekeepers.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? Like a lot of men don't realize there's gatekeepers. This is why we always talk about gatekeeping things. Try and get into jewelry and see what I want for you.
Oh, man.
There's gatekeepers you got to go through. So what I'm getting at is them man control the thing a certain way. Ibrahim, he's locking all them things off. Need I say more? So he's trying to lock them and he's trying to make other men see how you're supposed to do it.
Yes.
He's trying to make other men see.
Open up the trade.
And that's it. Change up the thing. Asia, Africans. Oh, you said that. China man can, white man can. Asia. I think the FBA. I think the FBI pro said they didn't want the African to connect with the African American. We have to think. Yeah, of course they didn't. Of course they did not, man. Remember, you've got them man saying things now like, I'm an American. I'm not African. I've never been to Africa. I'm American. You hear them man say that? Literally say they're nothing to do. They don't even like look at Raymond Simone and all that, Mayweather and all that. They've all come out and said these things.
I'm not African.
Because they didn't want the
stigma.
Yeah, they didn't want them to connect with they didn't want that gap bridged to where them man are looking at it like we were stolen from there. The mindset changes.
The control they wanted to keep because there's different methods of control. Very similar means, like the end goal of the control, but the way that they do it is different in the continent of Africa historically now, and in how it's done in America. The testing ground, the belly of the beast. No connection, because then again they've got the power now. It's not the honorable, the great Marcus Messiah Garvey saying, yo, listen, Black Star Liner, let's go back. These people don't want us here. They've mistreated us. They've done all this thing. Every original person who has fled all the four corners of who says, let's go back to Mama Africa and let's set up and let's build with the
exactly
there and let's do our thing. We'll contain ourselves on this continent. You man do what you're doing. If we need to set up trade, we'll set up trade and nothing.
And there's great minds. Look, let me break it down for you. So when you watch Umar Johnson, may be a lot of things, but he breaks things down very well.
He's intelligent.
So when you watch Black Panther 1, Killmonger represents FBA.
Come on, come with it.
T'Challa represents the Africa man.
Yes.
Who was Killmonger trained by? What was his method? What did the white brother say when Killmonger was coming into Africa? He said, "It's one of ours." So what they're showing you in the film
Yeah.
Remember what he said? You man was up here eating good while we're starving. Bare people. That was Africans having a conversation with African Americans.
Come on, sibling.
Yeah, man, and saying, yo, you sat up here and then what was my man saying? What was T'Challa saying? Nah, we're not gonna share the resource. We're not gonna do it.
Not with them mans.
Yeah, we're not gonna do it. Like, and look how they treated him. Think about it. He was actually their nephew or whatever. And look how they treated him. What did he actually say wrong?
Come on, sibling.
There was a lot of messaging in that. And that was showing you the difference. Now you gotta think about it. There's other groups as well. Just think about if the African American, the African, the Caribbean, the diaspora linked up. Just think if they linked up and said, yo, we got this play. Think about the minds. So think that has to be stopped at all cost. Last thing I'm gonna say, last example, the States. Mans are playing baseball. Mans are playing baseball, big baseball players. Black brother goes to go and see them. Yo, go on. You ain't playing, man. Negro, you ain't playing. All right, cool. Baseball. Next black man comes. They finally let you in, because just to let one in, getting abused, mistreated, all kind of things. There's even stories that man had to travel separate. So you know what the man said? Okay. Negro lead.
Come with it, sibling.
Negro league. That's what the man said. Look, even to this day, you know, I'm always on the lookout for Negro League merch. Always. They built up the Negro League to where mans were like, yo, your thing's whack. And this is where it's really at. These man, okay, they ain't got the best facilities and that, but they got the best players.
Best game.
What happened then? We gotta shut that down. We have to shut that down, because now these men are realizing we're actually the product.
Come on.
We don't need to be over there. We can do our own. And what would happen if they carried on the Negro League? It would be bigger than the
MLB.
It would be bigger. MLB. Because the talent was there.
But it was, again, people correct me if I'm incorrect, but at one point, that's what happened. And I won't say that, but before whatever is where it is now as the major force, there was like 3 somethings, and the Negro Leagues was heads and tails above everybody.
Heads and tails.
Okay, let's put some legislation in place. Let's start to do the zoning thing, and let's start to put some money into buying these leagues up, and then consolidating it into what we got now.
I remember when I bought a Negro League cap in New York. There's a shop in Harlem that had a little section of Negro League stuff. And I remember I bought my cap, and the brother was talking to me, and he was saying, what they did, the Negro League, is, let's say the MLB had a black player, they'd go to him and say, look how you're getting treated, bro. You can't even relax. Come over this side. And mans were starting to say, you know what, you're right, you know. And imagine if they carried that on for 50 years. So they had to shut it down. So all of that long explanation is to get at this. They can't allow things like that to happen on a bigger scale, where men start looking like, even this sister that I know, she just packed up and left, and she's very talented, the sister, like very good, man, in everything she does. But she just packed up because she was like, I'm getting 10 steps ahead and 20 back. So let me chip. And she's like, I can bring this talent or this skill set over there. I may not make as much, but I'm going to have a better quality of life. Yes. I'm around my people, and I've got the sun and everything else. And, you know, she's managed to go over there and she's hit the ground running. But they don't want that mindset. Because let's say you get 1,000 man to do that and build infrastructure, and then 10,000 man do it and build infrastructure. That's why my man has to be shut down immediately. They can't let my man, that rhetoric out there, to where younger people are waking up and saying, it's true, you know. We shouldn't do this or we shouldn't do that. And that's what's happening. So they have to vilify this man. And to be honest, when you're dealing with, there's so much agents, man. That's the thing about any kind of black movements, or agents infiltrate it every time. every time there's just so much agents who are there to infiltrate it. So with my man, I know that he has to have his head on a double swivel.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because I remember, you can just overthrow governments over there. Remember, that's how he got in?
Yes.
Remember, man just got a military coup together and overthrew the thing. I remember there's groups of other people who want to do the same. So it's crazy, but for what it's worth, he's definitely bringing a mindset that for the reasons we know, they don't want that mindset out there, to where even if you notice, people, at one point it was easy to find the converted speeches. Now, try find them now, it's very difficult. Let's get into it now, people.
Yes.
So we're live. So we are U.S. Embassy, right in Jamaica. Every Rasta there. And we are sending a message to America. Enough is enough.
Yes.
We don't not touch Ibrahim Traoré. We don't not touch him. We don't use Obama. And we don't bomb up it. We don't bomb up down so and take the Gaddafi from away. We don't not touch Ibrahim Traoré. And enough more people don't touch the way. Donald Trump and you, Mr. Langley, are where you want to name the captain.
And you know what though, let me pause this though, yeah. People, you know when I speak about Jamaica and things of that nature, this is what I'm talking about. Folks like this are kind of going on notice now. The Pan Africanists and are going on notice, and the skin out slackness kind of took the center stage. So it's good to see these kind of videos getting their virality and that. I just wanted to say that.
So the spirit of the ancestors are here. And the long time black people are hold back. No, we not hold back. If you touch Ibrahim, you touch Jamaicans. You touch real Africans in Jamaica.
Yeah, listen to the linguistics. Listen to the linguistics for all you out of many one people. Listen to the talk. Listen to the brother's words. Listen.
People are hold back. No, we not hold back. Ibrahim, you touch Jamaicans. You touch real Africans in Jamaica. And every American in Jamaica needs to be careful if we don't touch him. And we're serious. Very serious. Very serious. We're very serious. Very, very serious. And I'm not talking to him. No, I didn't king that.
Yes.
D42. Big up, man. You see, I would have missed that. Where are all the out of many one people during this march? Remember, it's out of many one people, innit? Where's all the out of many one people for this march? I thought it's out of many one people.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Please.
Thank you for pointing that out.
Please, get the fuck out of here, man.
See that, boy. See that. See that. Ibrahim Traoré. Oh, see that.
Yeah, man.
I can't see no. All I'm watching it now, I still can't see no out of many one people, you know. I still can't see it. Because remember, that's the slogan. Every time when it's about entertainment and it's about, you know, things like that, we go to that statement. But I'm asking a valid question now. Can somebody in the comments tell us where the out of many one people are?
Maybe. Okay. I've got an answer to that possibly.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Maybe that only relates to the islands, and because this is non-island business to them, it ain't their business.
But that's what I'm saying. Everything else now, there's actually something
which has got a real
purpose behind it. Remember, it's got a real purpose behind it, and nothing.
Yeah, man.
Jamaica, and we now left. We just come from Hero Circle, and we there just across from American Embassy. And to Oldness, Mark Golden, the whole of us should have water, but we know who side on the depot. I think we don't know who side on the depot. We know the whole of the MP. We should have water with the MPs, one of them. And the AC, a plan for thief more money, not drunk up. I think we are playing. Oh, then the pan job. Then the pan no job. Then the pan job is thief. Ibrahim Traoré. Every Jamaican should have Jamaican. We're different Ibrahim Traoré all the way from Jamaica. And that's a message we have sent throughout the whole Africa. To Jamaica, yeah. Representation. Every Rasta there. A Rasta for run the country.
So you know when we were talking earlier about Mr. Rastafari, lick him. You know when we're talking about that?
Yeah.
Does what he's saying sync up with what you're seeing here? Have you heard that brother speak anything about any sort of stances of this nature, or is it just thank you? That's all I was trying to say earlier. That's all I was trying to say.
A real representation there.
That's it. Look at it, man.
Fake Babylon people in our system will need to come out. A criminal. One for all for one. One for all for one.
Not a lefty, just for the Rastas. Yes. Pioneer the forefront of this. This concerns all Africans. Any destruction plan for the destruction of Africa concerns all of us. Yes. And we are set. The church pastors will ask you Sunday morning, Sabbath, return to sender. Any destruction of plan, you decide not only to be concerned about myself, but the upliftment and liberation of all Africans. And anything of plan, negative, just return to sender.
Return to sender. Boy! See people in there. Live!
Look for them, hey, buzzy. Look how happy they look, man. Look at them, their home sibling boss. Look at them all like glow, look how white them teeth is.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's beautiful people, but this is what I'm, and you see, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to explain to you is there's people out there, it's a very small crowd, but this is what it is now. For real causes, this is what it is. But man, I don't even want to say it because I always end up being the one who brings negativity. But if this was a dance or about some non-progressive things, it will be cork. It will be cork.
Leave Ibrahim Traoré on the go America. And a Jamaica next. You think we're playing? We send CIA agents and all kind of people to destabilize people's economy. We're sick and tired of UNO. America and France and Europe. On go revolution.
Red, white and blue.
Revolution.
Nothing to do with you.
Revolution.
No red, white and blue.
No red, white and no blue.
Red, green, gold and green.
Oh, you mean?
Remember me tell you.
Oh, man. I just love being original and shit. I just love being original.
Of course, man. Of course, man. Of course, man.
Seeing the real representation of a real black man and a real black woman out there. I thought there's something there.
Yeah, man. The talking things, and this is what I'm saying. I just think people are starting to see through the nonsense now, and with social media, it's different. You listen to what he said. Everything we've said prior to playing that video is what he just said, and I've never watched that in full. See what I'm saying? You heard what he said? See what I'm saying? Gaddafi, you've destabilized things, this, that. Yes. Man is seeing through it now. Man is starting to see it now, so it's what it is.
Shades on. Them shades, sibling.
People are they're putting the glasses on, man. They're putting the glasses on. So, okay. We're going to go into our final reaction. Now, this one,
Oh, shit. Yes.
Let me get it up.
Yes, this here one. Okay.